With the pandemic that is rolling around the world right now, there are a lot of people that have decided to go out and buy their first firearm. That's a good thing, and this video is directed at them. This video is going to focus more on semi automatic handguns, center fire semi automatic handguns as a whole. And I want to make just a quick informational video, just a couple lessons for the new, never been around firearms before buyer. So if you're new to this world and you've purchased your first semi-automatic handgun, lesson one before you do anything else, in my opinion, is to read the manual completely. Sit down with some tea, pop, whatever. Not alcohol, because I don't ever recommend mixing alcohol and firearms. That's a big no-no. But any non-alcoholic drink, sit down, grab yourself a snack, and read that manual front to back. Take notes if you need to. It's a very important document. I know it's dry, and a lot of people overlook it. But there are firearm safety rules in there. There's rules about your specific gun. There's warranty information. Information on how the firearm operates, how to clean the firearm, inspect the firearm, information on the specific type of ammo for that firearm, because semi-automatic handguns, ammunition, there's a lot of ammunition that is similar, but you want to make sure you get the specific ammunition for your semi-automatic handgun. That user manual is going to have it in that information. So read it. Read it. Understand it, take notes. It's a very serious thing. The more you know technically about your chosen firearm, the better off you're going to be right off the bat. It's a good step forward. So read that, learn it, love it, all that good stuff. Memorize it if you have to. But just read that manual right off the bat. Don't waste any time. Lesson number 2, handle the thing. I highly encourage when people get their firearm and after they've read the manual and they kind of understand some firearm safety rules, safely handle your firearm. Don't be afraid to make sure it's unloaded. Mess with the sight, looking down the sights, get a feel for how it feels in your hand, work the slide, take it apart, do whatever you need to do, because that is how you're going to gain confidence with the firearm and you're going to start developing those critical complex motor skills. Most semi-automatics are similar, but there's differences. For example, this is a SIG P320. It has an internal safety only. HKVP9 has an internal safety and has a little trigger safety. 1911, for example, here is a grip safety and a thumb safety, manually operated, that these two do not have. So there's little quirks that go along with each specific firearm that you need to know about. You need to know the specifics behind yours. For example, the trigger pull on this one is a little bit harder than the light trigger pull on this, but this one is still even a little bit harder than the ultralight single action trigger pull on this. That's a safety thing and an accuracy thing, a marksmanship deal that you need to know about. So that goes with handling the gun, being safe about it, following those critical firearm safety rules. If you handle the gun, making sure it's unloaded, visually and physically inspecting the magazine, the chamber, safety, all that good stuff. So, and take your time with it. Lesson number 3, get out and shoot it. And shoot it often. Firearms is a perishable skill. So when you decide to take on firearms, you decide to own one, it's very critical, and it's something that you need to do to be responsible, is to get out and actually shoot it. Go to a shooting range. That way you know how it operates. You get a feel for the recoil, the muzzle flash, all that good stuff. It's very important, and you keep doing it. If you're wanting to know, well, how much ammo do I buy to start off with? I'm going to throw a figure at you. 100 rounds of self-defense ammo, like hollow points, stuff that you're going to use for self-defense, and an additional 200 rounds of training ammo. The training ammo you use at the range, first off, to get a little bit of a feel for the gun. Then you can start shooting some self-defense ammo through it to make sure it operates well with that chosen ammo. Sometimes, most semi-automatic handguns these days are pretty reliable with all different brands. But keep in mind, each caliber has different brand names attached to it. There's a lot of different brand names. So Some guns may be a little bit finicky with more value priced brand names. Some guns are sometimes even more finicky with the expensive stuff. You just need to go out and figure that out for yourself, and go out and safely do it at a firearms range. Uh, Lesson number 4. This is very important. Look at the laws in your area. Look at the legalities of owning and using a firearm in self-defense, whether it's carry conceal or just for home protection, open carry, whatever your scenario is. You really need to educate yourself. Okay, you need to educate yourself on the legalities. You need to know what's right and what's wrong in your area, because it's going to save you in the long run if you're unfortunate enough to get into a self-defense situation where you have to discharge your firearm at somebody. So really pay attention to the laws, different administrative rules and all that stuff in your area, in your state, and really, print those things out and stay up with them. It's really important. The last lesson: get training, get competent self-defense training, something that's simple but competent, that you can use in many different environments, that focuses on safety and responsibility and proper handling of your firearm in a bad situation. That's what you want to find. There's a lot of resources online that'll get you a good start, but it's hard for someone that's new to the world of firearms because there's a lot of craziness out there, and there's a lot of flashy instructors that have a lot of flash but no substance. And some of the things they teach you will get you hurt or killed, or somebody else hurt or killed unintentionally, and get you in a lot of legal trouble. So really pay attention. A good start is just a simple NRA concealed carry course, firearm safety course. That's a good start. I don't recommend you to stop with that. I recommend you to go out and find other avenues of training. There's a lot of good training instructors out there. One that comes to mind, Haley Strategic. He's a really good guy. I've been following him for years on social media and such, and he's a pretty grounded individual. He has a lot of good mindset on self-defense and responsibility and being able to think and use your mind and all that good stuff. That's just one thing that kind of comes to mind. But training is extremely important. I cannot stress that enough. If you cannot go to a training class because it is very expensive, there's online things that you can do. If I remember right, Thunder Ranch, which that's another excellent training venue. Clint Smith at Thunder Ranch is an awesome human being. They have online things that you can get, I believe, and I think Magpul Dynamics has as well still. And it gives you a good, something you can watch, something you could practice at home, and it gets you started. It gets you that good foundation that you absolutely need to be a safe, responsible person. Another thing, too, is have fun. Have fun. Get out there and enjoy the range. There's a lot of good people out there, great people that you'll meet at a firing range. People that just want to have fun and see other people enjoy and their right to self-defense as they do. There's a lot of clubs you can join, a lot of local clubs that really have fun events. So get out there, have fun with it. It's easy to get into this sort of thing and just be Debbie Downer and look at this with doom and gloom, that this is a tool only meant for killing people. But when you start getting into things like competition or going to shooting events or whatnot, you start to have fun with it. And it really changes your mindset and motivates you to learn more about a specific subject if you're having fun with it. I mean, there's different kinds of shooting competitions. There's cowboy action shooting. There's IDPA, IPSC. There's all kinds of different stuff out there for you to get into. And a good place to ask about that is at your local sporting goods store and your local gun shops. You can also go online. So that's really the thing. Don't be afraid to have a little bit of fun. It's okay. It's perfectly fine. And you'll find that, when you're having fun, you're actually enjoying things a little bit better, and you're going to retain the information a lot more. So for those that are brand new to this world, I welcome you. I commend you for taking a step to being a responsible, safe individual, taking a charge of your own life in your own self-defense, which is what people should do. I commend you for not having that victim mindset anymore, and willing to take that first step. If you're just getting started, there's a lot you have to do, but I highly encourage you to look at this video and look at other videos out there, and just, be safe and responsible and keep learning. Don't stop learning. You'll find so much confidence from learning. It just really boosts everything you do, and it translates out of firearms as well. So anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. And for those that's watching who are already into well versed in firearms, I encourage you to leave a comment with maybe some resources that have helped you, or that you know about, that can help a person new that just started watching this video, that they can reach out to, and all that good stuff to better themselves. All right, you guys and gals, make sure to stay safe, and I'll be talking to you again soon.